What's good, Marvelous DJs? Welcome back to another episode of Cheat Code. Today, I'm partnering with OneOdio to present to you the Studio Max 1 wireless DJ headphones. It's going to be a good one. We're going to check them out. They've been kind enough to send me a pair of headphones. We're going to check them out, test them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For these new headphones, we're going to see what they're all about, whether they're worth the buy or not. Yours truly, DJ Mike Marvelous on today's Cheat Code. Okay, so I'm really excited to open this, right? So, as I stated, OneOdio sent me a pair of their new headphones, right? So this is the Studio Max 1 wireless DJ headphones. I'm excited to get on these things and play on these things and figure out, what they can actually do. All right, so this is what it looks like without the plastic, right? Gives us all the information. OneOdio Studio Max wireless DJ headphones. This has a 2.0 technology, so this is ultra low latency, which we will get into. Very important about these headphones is the latency, right? They have 120 hours of a battery life, right? And M1 60 hours, so pretty cool. High-res audio wireless, and LDAC. It's got some good stuff on here, right? Professional tune drivers, economic design and comfort, 120-hour ultra long battery life, and then it has a B mode transition. All right, this is how the back looks. All right, so it gets into the specifications. We'll talk about all the specs, all that good stuff. And on this side, you got the power of music. I love that. All right, let's crack it open and see what OneOdio has provided. Okay, so here is everything laid out for the OneOdio Studio Max 1 wireless DJ headphones. So you can see everything that comes out of the box. So we'll start with the cords and work our way over. So the first set of cords, or the first cord, is a quarter to a 3.5 jack. All right, so quarter either goes into the headphones, 3.5 jack into your mixer, or vice versa. There's an interchangeable jack on the other side where you can do the 3.5 jack and then the quarter into your mixer. You also have another quarter to 3.5 jack, or it gives you a dongle so you can then go 3.5 to 3.5. That's nice that it screws in, and it's actually an L bracket. This one will be used with your transmitter. To do transmitter into mixer. So even though these are wireless headphones, you can use them as a wired system by going straight cord to, or cord system into the headphones and into the mixer, or we'll hook it up via Bluetooth with the transmitter, and then we will hook the transmitter up to the mixer. But we'll see that once we hook it up. Then you got your USB-C cabling for charging both your transmitter and your headphones. You only get one charger, so you got to charge one at a time. But you have to charge the transmitter as well as the headphones. Okay. Then we get to the transmitter. Transmitter's pretty simple. It has a 3.5 jack here, as explained, that you would hook up, and then you would plug it into, let's say, your mixer. That's how I'm going to hook mine up. And then you have your USB-C charging port to charge the transmitter. There's a button on the top to sync the Bluetooth device or the Bluetooth transmitter to the headphones. So we'll be setting all of that up soon. All right, we'll jump around a bit. We'll use the bag to store all these cables in. It comes with a nice bag, has a drawstring. It's actually like a backpack, so you can put it on your back. It even has a zipper front, so you can have something enclosed in there, maybe some more dongles, maybe some other items that you want to carry around. But they give you a nice, pretty cloth bag that kind of ties tight, a draw bag to put your items in, put your headphones in. I kind of wish it was hard case. If I'm going to pay a decent amount for headphones, I would want them in a hard box, because for my mobile DJs, we know that stuff gets banged around a lot. Then you get your instructions, as well as some more detailed instructions, some warnings, some cautions around things that could go wrong, but in most cases, you should be okay. Then it has your box. But before we get to what the box says, we'll take a look at the headphones. As mentioned, you have your quarter length jack here, your USB-C charging cable or port there. Here is another port where you can either go quarter or you can use that 3.5 cable inside of this side. So if you're going to go quarter, you go in the left ear. If you're going to go 3.5 to quarter into your mixer, then you go into the right ear. There's a number of different buttons that I'll explain, some to simply just hook up the system or pair it to the transmitter. You can use these headphones as regular Bluetooth headphones, so you can pair it to another device as long as that device is that LDAC support or has that LDAC support. So as mentioned on the box, these are the OneOdio Studio Max 1 wireless DJ headphones. High resolution audio, high res audio even wirelessly. So sometimes you get the high res audio, but then you lose the high res audio when you go wireless. But in this case, they maintain high resolution. And as I mentioned, I think it's because these are LDAC supported. All right, so there you go. This is all of the items that come in the box. I'm ready for some testing. Let's get to it. All right, so I got my setup all ready to go. I'm just gonna run through, probably do some loops. I think looping is the best way to test latency. Definitely can hear the track inside of the headphones. One of the things that I really hate is when I'm DJing and like say a coordinator comes to the DJ booth or somebody's coming to request and you go to talk to them and you get that dog on a leash kind of pulled back from the cord that is hooked up to your headphones. Listen, I hate that, and it happens often. It has damaged a couple of my headphones, damaged a couple of headphone jacks. Being wireless, actually, that's none of that, right? I feel like I got free range to move around, and I'm going to test the blend. We'll do the blend test kind of to see how it lines up or aligns when it comes to blending two tracks together and me queuing up each track. And then I'm just going to do some scratches, do some drum rolls, stuff like that that I know I'd normally do while DJing. Simply that's what I'm going to do here today because I want to see what the master versus what I hear inside the headphones and the latency or lack of latency on these new headphones. So here we go. Let's get started here. A little bit of latency right there. All right, so as you see, or as you heard, there is a bit of latency. I'm not looking at my computer screen to fully align it. I'm simply using my ears. So it can be adjusted slightly to take that away, but I did that to prove a point that there is a bit of latency, and we'll jump into the actual Serato screen to see the alignment of those tracks. So let's go in now. Okay, so now that we've jumped into the Serato DJ Pro system, now we're gonna look at the waveforms and see how they align when I do the mixing. I'm gonna try not to look at the screen. Again, I'm gonna use my ears to blend these two tracks and see how it goes. I'm using the cues, using my ears as a DJ. I'm listening to the track, queuing it up via the headphones, and then start mixing, and then I'll look up to see what the alignment is and we can talk about it. All right, here we go. You can see as I stop these, they're right on top of each other. Now, if I took a picture and we zoomed all the way in, that's probably the best way to detect the latency on this. So why not? Let's do it. Okay, so we wanted to take a look at, I took a screenshot of the alignment of those tracks. It's the same track, except I was blending. So in that middle portion of your Serato screen, it kind of tells you when things are aligned, right? And you can see there's a little bit of off, but those, I don't always use this to check the alignment. I use my ear, right? This point should line up, this point should line up, this point should line up. I'm gonna test it here, right? Let's see if that aligns or how much it's off. If it aligns, this line will be at the same mark of each portion of this. So let's see if we can zoom in here. And I'm already seeing, like, if you look at it from here, right? And this is not fully zoomed. I mean, this is zoomed in pretty well, but it's not all the way. But to me, from the naked eye, it's really close. You see tad bit space in here, and you see that we're already in the track there. So there is some latency, right? So we're just using this as an image, right? So as you can see, there's a tad bit space in here. If we go to the other track, it's already through. But you're talking about a small amount of latency between the two tracks, right? Enough where the average ear or the average mix is not going to be off due to the wireless headphones. This is actually very, very good compared to other wireless systems. Your regular Bluetooth technology, you're not going to get this close, right? So shouts out to OneOdio for bringing us this, because this is pretty good. Of course, that is the visual test. That's the mix test of how big the latency is. Now, if you heard it, you do hear a little bit of wash in there, or wah, or just that the tracks are doubling. But that is that fraction view of how much space is in between two tracks, right? This can be slightly adjusted with a tap of a finger, but it did not affect my mix enough to say this was horrible, right? It's still on. Okay, so for my next test, we're gonna do what I call the fresh or the scratch test, right? So there you have it, the Studio Max 1 wireless DJ headphones, right, by OneOdio. That's my review. I mean, it checks all the boxes for me. I think these headphones do belong in the Marvelous DJs rotation. These lightweight, just great pair of headphones, and the key feature here is that wireless ability with that low latency kind of gives us exactly what we need. I really never experienced not being tethered to my controller or to my mixer until I really got on this and started mixing. It's a different feeling. It made me feel good that I could back up or go forward or left or right. You're not stuck in that box when you have to be. So hopefully we'll have some more OneOdio products coming to you all soon. I'd like to thank OneOdio for sponsoring today's cheat code. You all go to oneaudio.com to check out other OneOdio gear. Let me know in the comments what you're using as your wireless headphone options, as well as don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next cheat code. Yours truly, DJ Mike Marvelous of Marvelous DJs, Cheat Code.